Who am I?
Hey, welcome to Downright Annoyed with Movies. I'm Judge Iliopoulos. I'm the new host of this podcast for some reason. Unfortunately, Jackson's not here because of his IT issues. But I'm joined by some sick judges as well. Tech person, please do the thing.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Downright Annoyed with Movies. I am Michael from the Downright Nerdy podcast. We are taking over Jackson's channel because he is having some technical issues. Hopefully, he'll be able to stop by and fix them before the episode ends. But yeah, this is a weekly show where we flip flop between my channel and Jackson's channel, and we talk about different movies. We have each of us get to pick a movie sometimes using this little wheel we got. But this past week, Ryan. Someone pointed at him. He got to choose Dredd, the 2012 remake of a classic. So
it's just an adaptation of a long-running comic book.
I guess, yeah. That's a good call. Good call.
Don't associate it with that movie.
Well, didn't it start off with a newspaper comic strip, though?
Probably,
yeah.
It's been running a while.
And
well, hey, since you chose it, let's go around the horn and let's introduce everybody. Oh, there he is.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you could hear us.
No, I can. Something on my computer, some process is running that's like making it take up all the memory on the all the juice. Yeah, I know. That's what I just did, but I don't even know. I'll have to Google what it is, but I apologize for that, everyone.
Jackson, okay. I told you you have to X out of all those bad sites before you log on to StreamYard. Okay?
Yeah, you know,
get a VPN.
Right. Gotta get that VPN.
Turn off that BitTorrent.
Yeah.
Well, now that the real host is here, let's correct.
Oh, geez, you're gonna make me host now? I'm all flustered. Yeah. So I don't know where we were at. Did we do intros or no?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. I'm Jackson with Just Annoyed. Thank you for tuning in. I think this is on my channel, right?
It is.
It is. So it's a good movie on my channel. First thing I got to do before I even send it for intros is, Ken, did you watch the correct movie or no?
I did.
Okay. Goddamn. I thought we were going to get you on this one. At some point, we have to get somebody to watch the wrong thing.
You sent out the graphic too soon. I might.
You did post that.
Yep.
Considerably early.
Michael, see, I thought I was waiting for Ken to send a comment to the group chat we have that said like, "Hey, Michael, you posted the wrong picture."
Yeah, I was actually waiting for that.
But yeah, no. Anyways, I will send it around.
My Intercept this week.
I thought I heard Michael was going to start with Ryan, but I don't need to follow those rules. He's the bad host, so we'll go straight down to Cookie.
Woo!
Hey guys, Cookie, just a little podcast. You don't have to make me big. I mean, I'm pretty oddly shaped with these two doors behind me.
Fine, he doesn't want to be big, then whatever. What's up, buddy?
Weekly podcast coming out every Tuesdays for me, just talking the crap about everything that's going on pop culture world. But yeah, glad to be here again. Love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh,
I forgot I'm hosting.
Here's my pizza bagel, damn it.
And we'll go Ryan next since he's next in line. It looks like your cat is gonna jump over to Cookie's screen, by the way.
Yo, man,
if I had a black cat, that'd be awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey guys, Ryan from the Fake Nerd podcast. We are also a weekly podcast. I can't talk today, talking about movies, comics, video games, all that stuff. For the first time ever, we recorded this morning as opposed to like 6 hours from now, and that's really amazing because that means I actually have a full night to look forward to. We talked about Cruella, the newest Disney Origins movie for one of their villains. Spoiler alert, I think it's pretty rad and people need to give that movie a chance because it's like one of the few Disney movies that actually is like trying to do something cool, and like people seem to just be shitting on it just because of what it's about. I think you should give that movie a chance, but that's just my review.
I just finished it, Ryan, 3 minutes before I came in here.
Yeah, do you agree with that? Did you like it?
I like it, but I don't. I enjoyed the movie, but I don't think that it fits with the character as we come to know her in the new movies or the old movies.
This is now the Cruella podcast, real quick. So I have no care for that character. I have no care for 101 Dalmatians. So for me, this is just like watching like a fashion Catwoman movie, and it ruled. Okay.
Yeah, my problem is I don't see her wanting to slaughter 101 dogs and turn them into coats.
That's another another thing that people have a misconception of the movie. This movie's not about how she turns into a killer. It's really not. Like the marketing of this movie is kind of bad. Like this is so much more of a cool character exploration heist movie than it is just like, oh, I hate dogs. She loves dogs. She loves dogs.
You know what it reminded me though of, Ryan? And sorry to hijack the show from everybody, but it reminds me of like when Rob Zombie did his Halloween remake, and the point was to like give Michael Myers like a backstory and kind of like how did he become this way. Mm-hmm. I think it kind of lessens the character overall. I think it's more interesting for Cruella de Vil to just be this like evil wench who wants to slaughter these animals. But
yes,
but I have to say, I did have some fun watching the movie. So
I just think it's a good time. Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's the show. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, how many dogs would it take to make a coat? I'm curious.
6.
Yeah, like 101, really?
Don't ask how I know.
My Duncan, probably 4. For the size of Andy's little wiener dogs, probably 100. So.
There you go. Yeah, if it was like if the whole coat was all Dalmatian, if there was no like styling up with different like parts or whatever, I would think it would take a couple. I mean, Dalmatians are pretty big though.
2.
Yeah, but
this got dark.
So 101 Dalmatians could dress about 7 people.
There you go.
But yeah, Paul, it's your turn. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Definitely enjoy tomorrow off for the reason that we get it off.
I don't get holidays off. I work at a restaurant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I get
neither do
I guess saying happy is not the way to approach the holiday, but
there you go.
Anyway, I digress. I'm Paul. You can find me on the Tales from the Flipside YouTube channel when I can make it, Monday nights about 9:30. And in the meantime, on Instagram at Paul's Problems CBSI, where I just post stuff and things to entertain you throughout your day.
They are funny.
I appreciate it.
Good stuff.
I have some good minds I steal from.
And Ken, who ruined the show this week by watching the correct movie.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, I had to watch a good one.
I took my dementia medicine this week. So. No, hey, I'm Ken from Pinkies Out Podcast. We occasionally make podcasts when our work schedules work out. Hey, you can find me here and there and everywhere. So you might find me near that guy's work right down there on Tuesday. So
hope so.
Really? Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Michael.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mike from the Downright Nerdy Podcast, and yes, thank you, Paul. Please, everybody, take a second to thank a veteran and anybody who has served. So
absolutely,
don't say to them Happy Memorial Day, like I would.
Yeah,
so you know.
Yeah. But just
thank you for serving.
Yes,
exactly.
That's a good one.
Thank you for your service, brother.
But yes, today we are going to be talking about Dredd 2012, starring Karl. What the hell is his last name?
Urban.
Yeah, Karl Urban. Whatever. We get to find out whether or not we all liked it, or whether or not we all thought it was a heaping pile of crap, and we don't think that Karl Urban's a good actor. So we'll see what everybody thinks.
What a wild opinion! I hope nobody has.
Jeez, I love this movie. I think it's fun. It's like it came out around the same time that I saw The Raid, and it was kind of being compared with The Raid, which I think is fair. They're both like guys are locked in apartment complex and stuff goes down. It's interesting. It's one of those like I wish it would have done better in theaters, because I like the fact that it's contained to this thing and it's not about like Mega City 1 and all this other stuff. I like that, but I would have also enjoyed to see, like, if it would have made a heaping pile of money, what they could have done with the whole, like, the lore and the backstory and all because there's got to be just a ton of stuff. I mean, they even the, like, you know, the discussion at the beginning about how all the people are basically putting these what are they called, mega blocks? Is that what they're called?
Cities?
Yeah, the mega city exists, and it's like hundreds of millions of people in like LA.
Everything is mega highways, mega city blocks.
Right. Yep. And then they had the different apartment buildings that are just huge. And I would like to see,
the poorer you are, the lower down you live. So if you're dirt poor, you live on the street level, and the richer you are, you live
Yep.
top. So
Yep. So we don't get to see like the inner politics, the inner workings of the police force, really, except for maybe a small little bit at the beginning about how people get like brought in. But yeah, I still think the movie's just fun and awesome. So that's my take.
no,
I think it's a valid take, and I'll go next because I picked the movie. I also think it's a great and fun movie. I love that it's a low budget. It is very much like the Raid. It's just a dude going up some stairs, killing some fools. Like that's like it's very simple, and it just gets to the point of what it is. It doesn't. It very much like Mad Max. It gives you just enough world building that satisfies you without like with you going, oh, I do want more, but like it's not beating you over the head with like, oh, here's every answer that you need. I think it's very stylish. I think the gore, the first time I saw it surprised me with how gory it is. Like this, like bullets just going through dudes and like people's heads are exploding. I'm like, oh wow, this is intense. I really like Karl Urban, and I think this is like maybe the only performance where a dude's like mouth is doing all the acting and it works. It's kind of impressive. I think it's a good hour and a half.
and it's great. It's a
Batman.
great show of handicapable people that
You got his eyes. Oh God! Hey, if I get picked next week, which I pray to God I don't, because I want other people to get movies, but I might pick that movie to balance out the good and bad.
The Stroke movie.
I thought you were talking about Sylvester Stallone, Dredd.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, just kidding.
Oh
No,
God.
I agree with you guys. It's just I forgot how fun that movie was. You know, really for its time, visually, it's pretty appealing.
Mhm.
It's got that good. I'm sure you guys have seen Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
With Warren Beatty, it's got that feel to me like an old school comic, which is good because I was reading the Wikipedia a little bit, and it started as like a newspaper comic strip, like in the 70s in Britain, and then there's been several comic book runs of it over the years. So I like that feel. I like kind of the cartoony feel of it. The uniforms are great, and honestly, other than how cheesy some of the bike scenes looked, the effects kind of hold up. It doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Even the cloning part of it kind of holds up to today's science. So
the cloning part, are you talking about the Stallone one?
You're talking about the Stallone one, buddy.
That's the wrong one.
no. What's that one again?
Oh man.
No.
Oh man, you underdosed your Aricept, my man.
I was like, Jesus, this movie's not that old, Ken. It's like,
I was like, it's only been 9 years.
1995. So
oh
This
my
movie
God,
came out.
I can't. Okay.
He's messing with us now.
He's messing with us.
He
He is messing with us. You're so good,
Okay.
Kent.
That was really good, actually.
Sorry.
That was really good.
I couldn't resist
God.
it. Sorry.
I was kidding. I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, the one thing that sparked in my head was the fact that this was like a big 3D movie. It was Dredd 3D.
I just watched this movie and I'm like, what is he talking about?
Sorry. I couldn't resist. I kept my face as straight as I could for
That was a good one, man.
That was fantastic.
No, I
love
bought it.
Karl
I
Urban.
bought it.
Yeah, I bought it too. I was like, what the heck?
Oh wow.
No. I love Karl Urban. He's one of my favorite. So
That's so good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I read on the Wikipedia they paid Karl in money and also Botox for the extreme lines that he probably got after all this acting. But
Oh my God.
but I thought it was a great movie. Very, very impressed by the his armory, his all his different bullets and
His one gun. Oh yeah.
one gun. That was awesome.
how sweet would it be, to have that kind of gun? So
I don't know what it'd be fun. I don't know what I would use it for.
Just start
what
start
couldn't you
bonfires
use it
with
for?
it.
That's what you'd have to tell yourself, Ryan. What wouldn't you use a gun like that for?
That's true.
To
I gotta
kill
open
people,
it.
Ken.
I gotta open
To
a
kill
door.
people.
Armor
Not
piercing.
just people.
You can shoot 60 at once.
Coyotes are infecting the urban areas of California.
The Karl Urban area.
The car, exactly.
Cookie.
It's a fun movie, man. I just enjoy it from start to finish. I love the action in it. Keith Urban is fantastic. I mean, Karl Urban is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great movie.
When his acoustic solo in the middle is so good.
Magic. Mike and I were talking about that like right before we did our
Magic
live.
Mike?
Yeah, Magic Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
He's been working out now, so it's Magic Mike. He's been getting fit, getting in shape.
How do you think I got engaged?
This is the most confusing show I've ever been a part of in my life. I don't know what the hell is happening.
Are you like Channing Tatum from This Is the End?
Everybody's like really, excited.
Hey, what I do on my own time, Ken. Okay.
Yeah, right. Everybody's really excited about one more day off of work. So
this is what happens when I take a nap when I come on the air.
Yeah. I do want to point out the 3D thing, though. It is like this was very much a 3D movie. And it's one of the ones where, like, the gimmicky nature of it, they did a good job of setting it up so it doesn't seem like it's a 3D gimmick. Paul and I, in the last year, we watched Friday the 13th Part 3. And every time, like, that was a 3D movie, and literally, like, every 5 minutes. Yes, exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. So but this movie has those moments, like all the slow-mo scenes
and the smoke.
It all looked really cool in 3D too. But it doesn't hurt it now that it's not. It's not like I sit there and like point out every dumb little gag that was clearly supposed to be 3D. Right. Yeah. So
I literally didn't even know it came out in 3D.
No, it was literally the ads, like it was marketed as Dredd 3D. That was like the name of the movie.
I saw it in 3D.
Yep.
I saw it in 3D as well.
Did it do well in the box office, or was
no?
No,
This is a cult classic now, which is crazy because I think this movie is really good, and I think it's a good representation of its comic. And it came out at I think it came out the wrong time. If this exact movie would have came out now, it would have been a huge hit. I think so.
Mike and I are both trying to click on Gore's.
Yeah,
go for it, Mike. Click it. But no, I do think that hurt it. I think that if they would have just had it been Dredd and not pushed the 3D thing, it would have done better.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It's also a rated R action movie, and those are a lot harder to get millions and millions of dollars. And it is a lower budget movie. This only costs like $45 million, but like it's still a sizable amount you need to make back. And just unfortunately, the small niche of us wasn't enough. Like it needed to do, I guess, better marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Gore. Thank you for pointing out that we had C minuses for Mad Max on the panel. We're not proud of it here at Downright Annoyed, but
actually, speaking of that, I went back to every episode. This was so rewind just actually a little bit more. I thought this was actually our 50th episode. This is our 53rd episode. We somewhere around the 40s. We me and Jackson we miscounted. And then what I also did was I took I went to every episode, listened to all of our grades, and then gave a GPA essentially average. And I started making a list 1 through 52, I guess, of the rankings of an average of all of ours. And because of a couple of people, won't name names, Fury Road went down a few notches because of his C minus.
This is like Paddington 2 again.
Oh, I heard that, Ryan. Did Paddington 2 take a hit on Rotten Tomatoes?
Somebody found a review. The one jerk who didn't like Paddington 2.
I can't imagine it's a good review. I can't imagine. But that ruined my life.
I hate fun and I hate being loved.
I love that movie, man. That movie
Who
made
does
me cry.
it?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, so good.
Oh, there's something wrong with your soul.
I didn't even see the first one.
Oh, you're gonna be so delighted when you see him. Like we can't overhype it.
If I get picked, I might just pick
it.
Pick
it. I don't care. I have nothing against it. I just haven't seen it.
Well, it's funny because everybody acts like Paddington 2 is like this, like so much better than 1, but 1 is incredible. Like I think they're like equally good. I love them both.
If a third Paddington comes out and it's as good, it's like the best like kids trilogy like of all time. Like no joke. Like for real.
I want a third Monsters Inc. before that.
Oh,
we got
really?
a TV show. We have a whole TV show coming.
Yeah,
that's true.
The trailer's out for it, baby.
But yes, we are talking about Dredd on this show, depending on when you've tuned in. Yeah, it's a funny movie to break down because really, like, you can do the plot in like 2 seconds. Essentially, Judge Dredd and his like trainee person,
Rookie,
trying out Rookie to join the judges, the illustrious judges who, if you've seen the Stallone Judge Dredd, it's the same deal. Basically, they are cops, but they're also the judge, jury, and executioner, essentially, of the police. Like, basically they run the show as far as crime is concerned. And they go into this Mega Block, which is essentially this giant skyscraper. It's like a giant version of the projects, really. Yep. It's like a huge place. Different gangs like run different floors and all this stuff, and they get locked in there. And essentially all the different gang members in the entire facility are trying to kill them.
Yeah, so
that's the plot.
The main villain, Lena Heady, who I really like, yes. she's Mama. Yeah, she's Mama. And she shuts down the whole apartment. She's like, to everybody in the apartment, there's a couple cops in here and I want them dead. And like, if you help the cops, you're gonna die. She has a great line: "I'm gonna kill you and every generation of your family." And I'm like, oh man, that's wild. She's really good in this movie. I like her a lot. She's just really great. It is a very simple movie, Jackson. There's not really much else to it. A lot of good action. It's just a really good action movie, is what it is.
Action packed.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there's not much to talk about plot wise. I mean, I think that the girl Olivia Thirlby or whatever her name is, who plays Rookie, is great. And it does suck that it didn't get a sequel, because like it is one of those movies where you finish it and you're like, oh, I want to see more of these two. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No.
Huh?
Oh yeah, she was in Juno.
Yeah, she's a friend.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is a TV show that's in development, but it's also been in development for a long time, called Mega City 1. And we don't know any information about it, but it is happening. It is in production. We don't know if Karl Urban's attached or not, but like there is some Judge Dredd thing happening that is in this universe. So
do you think it's going to be focusing on more of the politics of and like a bigger, like a larger view scale kind of
100%. Yeah. Oh yeah, with as much time.
That would, I mean, so you haven't gotten to my review yet, but
shit. Sorry.
No, it's all good. No, but I know I really love this movie. This is one of my. I actually just watched it a few weeks ago. I think I even texted Jackson about like, hey, I'm watching Dredd. You know, it was a few weeks ago, and I love the movie. But yeah, while it was great, just seeing them do that raid type of setting, I would have loved. I would love a separate movie where like what we were just talking about right now, where we see the politics as to like, or even like how this world kind of came to be. It'd be super interesting, I think.
I actually got a movie for you. It's 1995's Judge Dredd.
Oh, cool!
Because that movie dives into the politics and all the political people involved in the Dredds and like the cursed Earth.
You know,
I don't remember that movie.
Well, there are things about like, okay, that's going to be one of those movies that it will be interesting for me to revisit, because when I was a kid, I really liked it, but that was like child version of me.
The practical effects and the visuals of that movie are great.
Right. I think some of the world building, if I remember correctly, is like kind of interesting and fun. Like it's the total opposite of this movie, though.
It's just everything that like when somebody talks, you hate it.
Right.
And that's the big problem.
That's it. Stallone. So then, Mike, would you want this like a sequel to be almost like a Blade Runner, if you will, where you have an action sequence, you're seeing something,
sure,
and then
in the
world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care how they do it. I mean, there's so many different ways you can kind of attack this, but it's I mean,
have you?
I just like the world. After I watched Dredd a few weeks ago, maybe it was probably a month now, actually, Jackson, when I last texted you. But afterwards, I kind of went on a kick on Hoopla, and I started reading a bunch of Judge Dredd comics, and I was loving it. I like a lot of the books. I can't remember. I couldn't tell you exactly which ones, which series I read. There's one 4-issue miniseries that I read, and then which doesn't help because as I was looking around, there's like 6 or 7 4-issue miniseries on Dredd. But they're a ton of fun. Yeah, they're a ton of fun. I like them a lot. There's a lot of good storylines. There was one storyline. The one that I'm thinking of is where he goes into like this alternate future or something like that. It's like, did you read that one?
So there's way too much Judge Dredd to ever fully read, but I've read some. There's a character called Judge Death, who is an alternate reality version of Judge Dredd, where in that world, like the law people are still in charge, the judges still in charge, but it's against the law to be alive. So the judges are just murderers, and all they do is it's like if the Joker was judges. And so there's a whole arc of him fighting like this alternate reality version who were going to be in this movie, but then the studio was like, no, this is a low budget movie. So all of those evil judges who fight him, those were going to be way bigger characters in the bigger version of this movie.
So that's not the one that I read. The one that I read, he goes into the future a few years, and the whole Mega City 1 is like in complete ruins. There's hardly any judges. Everybody kind of rose up, and the judges are kind of like running away in fear for their lives.
Is it like Old Man Logan?
It kind of is actually, and I mean, he meets like he's in his full Dredd uniform, and he meets a couple of the like judges from the future, and they're like in shambles. They're looking at this guy. He looks like, I mean, he's a rookie to them. Yeah, and it was probably, I think, in Judge's second or third year as a judge. So he himself is a rookie, but he has his version of right and wrong, and they're letting a lot of stuff slide because they don't have the it's not feasible for them to do what the judges used to do. Anyways, but those are fun comics if anybody gets a chance to read them.
Judge Dredd's really cool because kind of like a Hellboy. Hellboy obviously has like a sequential order, but also he has so many miniseries that just tackle different periods of his life. And Judge Dredd has some of that as well.
I'm not seeing anything on Karl's Wikipedia about being in the series, so
that's a shame.
I like Gore's comment here because I thought about this during the movie. Is like, the idea of authoritarian governments. It's like we're rooting for this character because he's fucking awesome and he's like morally, he's got a good moral compass, right? But the idea of this is terrifying. Scary. Yes.
Yeah, it's
terrifying.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So you would need to vet the shit out of these people.
Well, so in the beginning of this movie, didn't they say it takes like 10 years just to become a Dredd, or like 10 years of training or something like that?
Yeah, well, they said that.
I remember correctly.
They said something along those lines, and essentially like, you have one misstep on that first go and you're done. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and that could be another thing they could kind of dive into, right? It's like the giving single human beings this sort of power. I mean, there's no jury for instance.
And that is, as Gore like alluded to, is like that's kind of like the point of the comic. Like nobody has the right to kill anyone else and to say like, oh, it's fine. Like, and that is the arc of Judge Dredd in the comics. Like, he starts as this super hard guy. Like he is like a good guy who follows love, but he does kill people like nothing. Like it's no big deal. And it is characters like Anderson and characters like Hershey, who is in the 95 version, who humanized Dredd and go like, oh, hey, not everyone has to die. Just because you steal a candy bar doesn't mean you have to die. And that's kind of the point of those comics. Like, hey, violence isn't the answer always.
Yeah, so I mean, in this one, I mean, he doesn't just kill indiscriminately for little things. Like even the drunk dude here, he's like, "Hey, didn't he say like 8 months in the gel or something? What did he say?
8 months in the cryotube or something?
In the cryotube, like something similar, I would assume, to like Demolition Man, where you get sentenced for whatever. I love Demolition Man.
Even harsh crimes, not even murder, but like even harsh crimes like that. Like you don't need to send a homeless dude to prison. He's homeless. Like
wasn't he going to send him for 5 years when he ran into him again in the lobby? He's like, "Oh, you're still here. 5 years in the box for you." Yeah, but I suppose that guy would be like, "Oh well, I don't have to worry about getting my next meal if I'm."
Well, now he has a free ride to heaven. Sorry,
recycled food. It's mostly good for you.
I'm trying to think of things to talk about with this.
Lena Heady. Lena Heady. I love her.
Yeah,
I love her.
Great.
So she's a great villain. She's just a great actress overall, I think.
Yeah.
She's great in this. I like her character. I really like the way they set, like the little dumps of exposition in this are kind of fun. The way they do them, they're clever. Like when they introduce her and it's like, oh yeah, she bit this dude's dick off essentially. That's fun. The guy, oh God, what's his name from the new Star Wars movies is in this with the techno.
Oh, Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, Domhnall Gleeson is in this. I like him, and it's funny when you watch a movie like this because you're like, holy shit, is that Domhnall Gleeson?
Guy. Yeah.
Right? And it's like at the time he was like, nobody knew who he was. But yeah, he's in this. He's good. I liked a lot, like the kind of emotional crux of it where like they're killing all these people. And there was the scene where the girl essentially realizes she murdered dude's or lady's husband like a minute ago. Murdered. I shouldn't say murdered. He was judged.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, there's enough here in all the aspects. I think I like this movie quite a bit. It's,
I wouldn't call it like the script like groundbreaking or anything, but I do think it has some like pretty good quips and like one-liners. And like Judge Dredd's his final one-liner after he pushes a lady off the building is just, yeah, And that made me laugh because I'm like, he doesn't have to say anything. It was just badass on his own. He's just like, yeah, I did that. Like, all right.
How great is it that he never shows his face, too? It's so awesome. I love it.
I cannot believe that. Like, there is no superhero movie in the world where like Tony Stark like stays in his Iron Man suit, right? Like that never happens.
I mean, really, the closest that we got was Mandalorian.
That's true.
Over the past however many years.
Stallone showed his face, if I remember correctly, in the first one.
Stallone was unmasked most of the movie.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, that was like a contract thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a contract thing because originally it was supposed to be Schwarzenegger, and he turned it down because they weren't going to show his face. And then in order to get Stallone,
actually, you know, what's his name? Tom Hardy is Bane. That's a kind of another. I mean, yeah, you see his eyes and all that stuff, but yeah, I mean, wearing a mask is for the most part. It's a credit to the actors for being able to.
He's a villain, though.
I am the law,
right? He's a villain, right? Like I don't know. With a villain, I feel like it's a little different. Like I guess you could say you do end up seeing like Darth Vader's face at the end, but that's the third movie, and you know.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts of the movie was given everything that happened, everything you could write a report about if you were an officer, and he runs into his manager at the end, and he's just like, "Yeah, drug bust. The perps were uncooperative. That's it." Like,
I love it, dude. I love it.
Going guy, he doesn't want any paperwork. He's like, I fixed it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, Paul. That is really funny. Like the idea that like the lady's like, oh, they're gonna go in there and clean up like. 100 dead bodies or something, and they're just like, so what happened? He's like, drug bust.
Yeah,
she passed. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
End of movie.
Yes.
There's a scene where Anderson, because she's a psychic, because there's psychics in this world because of radiation and nonsense. She's like mind interrogating Mama's like lieutenant guy, and that's a really good scene. It's a really visceral scene of like how you can do like invading somebody's mind, and just like a lot of really good cuts. And I just think that's a really good scene. I don't get to see a lot of that kind of like cerebral type of like superpower. And that's why something I appreciate about Jupiter's Legacy, despite not really liking it that much, it does like in your brain like telepathy stuff really cool.
Yeah, I haven't finished it either.
Ken's like, you gave it some credit here.
I gave it some credit.
I liked it. It wasn't a groundbreaking show by any means, but
I've seen worse. I'll say that.
For a superhero series, it was good.
That was pretty slick though. That scene, the she's gonna offer him a blowjob or whatever scene, like oh god, I like that actor too. Whoever that was,
puts a ring on it.
The guy who's like being taken around, like he gets arrested right at the beginning of the movie.
The Wire. He's one of the big guys from The Wire. I dig. You guys are talking about the comics. I dug through my boxes. Funny enough, I have this Judge Dredd #1 IDW.
Nice. I have some big like omnibus over there. That's amazing.
I like it.
9.8 hot dog.
Yeah, and buddy. Paul has offered to give that away to the next person.
Thank you, Paul.
Spin the wheel.
50th episode.
Spin the wheel
tonight.
Mike.
But yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about this for too long. What are grades? I guess we'll start with Cookie. We'll go the same way. Cookie, what's your grade?
I will give it a solid B because it's definitely entertaining.
Okay, Ryan.
I will give it a B+. It's a nice, solid, simple action movie. It knows what it's trying to do. Doesn't overstay its welcome. B+.
Yeah, I'll jump on that bandwagon. I'll B+ it.
Woo, bands! Woo!
Ken, what do you give the 1995 version of Judge Dredd?
The 1995 version would be. We didn't have grades back then. No, just kidding. I give it a B+. I liked it.
Okay, sweet. Mike,
I will give it a B+.
All right. I was gonna give it. Yeah, I'll give it a B+ as well. But it's a really good B+.
Hey, if you want to make it
B+, I love.
If you feel it's like an A-, let your heart tell you what
it is.
No,
I felt it was a B+, but I feel like somebody needs to give it an A-.
I mean, come on.
Not everything has to be an A. Sometimes things can be B's.
It's a B+. It's a really good one though. Can you give it a B++?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
That would be.
I'll give you a star sticker.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yes, it's a B+ with like that extra nice note from the teacher that
Good
says
job.
like, "Hey, nice improvement."
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
something.
good
Metal
penmanship.
Apocalypse show.
Yeah, exactly. But my wheel doesn't work, so Mike's gonna take.
We don't
over
want to
the show.
tax the machine.
Right.
I just updated the our rankings. So this made it as number 23 on our list. So top
Nice.
25 movies.
Oh wow.
Perfect. But this
All right,
week,
so
nobody wins this week, right? The wheel is going to
This is
decide
a
for
genre
us.
wheel. So genre wheel this week, end of the month. So next week on my channel, we're going to be so let me just go over the we had robot movies, heartbreaking movies, movies we think Ryan will hate, and 1970s.
I love that category.
That one's gonna be hilarious because I try to be positive. So
I think we can have a category of movie that we think everyone will hate. Like,
yeah, honestly, if it's just a bad movie, like I just don't like bad movies. So
Yeah. All right, so we got a whole bunch here. Let's shuffle this baby up and see what I will be on our channel, my channel next week.
Oh, there's some.
we do a show where
I see so many good movies here.
Should we do
Oh,
a
please
show-
don't.
Oh,
Please,
oh,
please don't do it.
One more.
Oh, thank God.
Thank the Lord. I don't listen. I got an X-Men tattoo. This would be a 2-hour podcast. We couldn't do it.
All right, so Wally next week for me.
Oh, you didn't say it right. You gotta say wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where does Dredd go in the rankings if you take all of Cookie's movies out?
I can't. I don't
Oh
know.
wait, it would be above those anyway.
That's
So
the
never mind.
It's still-
3 years before.
Top 20.
Actually, no, it wouldn't beat Star Wars.
Actually, yeah. If you want, I could actually show everybody what the rankings are.
Well, what I think would be interesting is if we took the worst, if we all had a show where all we did was each individual talked about their worst movie that we graded, like what we gave an F and why.
Okay.
It's because it sucks.
or eventually what we could do is like do our top 20 or like top 15 or something. Do like a whole thing on that. Let's see.
I got to bail. Like, sorry guys, I got family down.
Oh, you're fine.
You're good.
You made it to the
Come on,
end.
man.
Thank you.
Made it to the end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See you Tuesday, buddy.
Let me see if I can do this. Sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. So let's
Is
see,
number one
share.
Star Wars?
No,
Nope.
No, it wasn't.
no. Tremors.
Where is this?
Tremors
No.
is number one.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
right?
so.
It's
I
in the
don't think
top
it was.
5, isn't it? I thought it was in the top 5. Tremors.
All right, so number 52. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. The lowest one was In the Army now, so that's number 53 right here.
It doesn't even deserve a number.
No, it's just on a second column.
It stands by itself. It's
Yeah.
Well, what,
so-
you know what would be interesting too is like for this list, if you took out the highest or lowest rated grade, like Dune is way too high. Sorry, Ken.
Oh, you're crap.
Dune is way.
It's number 28. It beat out District B13 somehow. It beat out Behind the Mask somehow.
How?
I probably also rated it high
I can
though.
actually
so.
tell you. I could tell you how.
I
So
rated it-
let's
Nobody
see.
looking at this list is thinking Dune is better
Yes,
than.
we are.
This
Well,
is
nobody's
why-
looking at this list thinking that.
So you know why? You know
Number
This is
why?
why
29.
mediums
It's
don't,
because-
mediums don't work.
Yeah, I know, but
What
this
happened?
is funny. So for
I gave-
Dune,
I gave it like a
Dune-
B.
No, Dune.
You call
I
me
gave it a
old,
D
Mike
plus.
was not a legal
Jackson
guy.
gave it an F. Paul
Uh-huh.
gave it a D minus. Ryan gave it a C plus. Cookie
Oh.
gave it a B, and
Cookie.
Cookie
Ken
did
gave it an
not-
A plus.
Cookie did not give Dune a B. I'm challenging that.
That seems like
Hey,
I'm on the yellow
challenging
flag.
that.
That seems fake.
I'm
Was I
throwing-
drunk?
Yeah, I'm throwing. Can we
Cookie,
go?
did you like?
I
You
had
like
a
Dune?
private conversation.
So
with
actually,
yourself.
so earlier this week, I gave you guys a list of movies that I didn't have a grade on, and Dune was one of the ones that it was our 6th episode. There were a couple episodes where we forgot to do grades at the end of the show, so I had to go back and ask you guys like, "Hey, what's your grade?" So, and that was one of them. So you guys like
That's
Jackson.
wild.
Yeah,
I will say this though, I really did enjoy Dune, and I did talk to Ken. We were talking about books and wanting to read more into the lore of Dune. I mean, it is a good movie. It is.
Dude, you can't tell. Okay. Cookie, it's a good movie.
It's not better than the
Hold on,
the
hold
Part
on,
One
hold
movie.
on, hold on, hold
I mean,
on,
I
hold
think
on. No.
Running Scared-
I don't even need to do that. I don't even need. Cookie, what's it about?
It is
Listen,
about a
Ryan,
young
I
aspiring
coached you on
aspiring prince who is
Uh-huh.
trying to go and reclaim his planet for the survival of mankind.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
Jackson.
Worst.
All
There's
right.
like 3
offended.
missing mentions of spice.
So
Dune
here
is-
are some things. Here are some movies that Cookie graded better than Dune. You ready for this?
It's on me.
I failed you, Cookie. I failed
He-
you.
Or
I'm
worse.
sorry,
No, I want to
the
hear
worst-
worse than Dune.
Things that he thought were worse than Dune. Cube, Enduring Love, Stargate, Heavy Metal, Tremors, National Treasure. Patton. He gave Patton a C.
Cookie, you're something else.
Yeah.
No, Dune.
Wow.
Okay, so
I love
like
you,
Dune,
Cookie.
Dune is interesting as like an experiment of watching a movie that's really bad that you know they tried really hard on.
Mhm.
So it has its like historical value there, but
Oh.
but Dune, watch that rewatch of Dune because I hadn't seen it in probably 5 or 10 years. That might be one of the most incomprehensible messes of a movie I've ever watched. It is horrible.
That movie's opening is so long. The lady disappears and then reappears.
All right,
Sorry,
let's
I think
Well,
I was drunk.
as long
I
as you
probably was
acknowledge
drunk.
the only reason that Speed Cubers is as high as it is because of everybody was afraid to give a movie about that subject of bad.
Oh,
That's not
stop.
true
Speed
at
Cubers
all.
boring as balls.
That is
Speed
not true
Cubers
at
is
all.
way better than
Oh,
Dune.
bullshit.
And it's the fifth of the
Bullshit.
length. Fifth of the length.
I was really surprised about this. The Hunt was not even in the top 10, and I gave that that's probably one of my top movies that we've watched
Hey,
altogether.
11 out of 50 something. That's pretty
Yeah,
high.
I know,
pretty
that's
good.
right. Yeah, but just
Yeah.
for me personally.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to go and see our top 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
This next one's gonna bug Cookie.
It's
Star
not
Wars is
number
number
one?
10.
That's
No, it's not.
interesting.
Yeah. So for Star Wars, the
Let's
reason
blame
why.
Ken for that. I think.
Yep, he gave it a B.
Yeah.
Everybody else
yeah.
gave it an A or an A, like in the A's.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
Ken, you're my new Ken. I'm gonna have to take. You're my rival on the show now.
Yeah,
You
right.
somehow
Oh, I thought you were gonna-
you somehow twisted Cookie's arm into you used your magic to make him think Dune is a good movie.
You're the new Cookie.
and then you shit on Star Wars.
Yes. Let your hatred flow into me.
Oh,
All right,
oh,
and then
man.
let's
what a
see.
wild.
Number
what a
9,
wild
Very
day.
The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
That was
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a top 10. I
I'll
agree.
take it. Sure.
Yeah, that was good.
It Man was number 8.
I'm
Solid.
surprised at how low that was, to be honest.
Yeah,
And these
let's
are all
see, for
great
Ip
movies,
Man-
though. So, like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ken, you gave Ip Man an A plus. The reason why for that one, everybody gave it A's except for Jackson. He gave it a B plus.
Oh, damn you, Jay.
that's not. But
That's not
That's
a disrespectful grade. That's
we're
Yeah,
at the
a
point
nice
now
grade.
movie.
where these are all like really great movies.
I would like to point out, by the way, Gore, who I used to see as this brilliant man,
I really like Gore for a reason.
has now I know that Gore. I mean,
He's
come
into
on,
hot vampire chicks and Dune. What can you say?
very. But yes, Gore. Whatever you guys like Dune, that's fine.
it looks
It's
cool.
not, but
So Groundhog Day came in with A's all around.
Look at that. That's
Same
two
with
for me
Abbott
in
and
the top
Costello.
10.
okay.
Nice.
I enjoyed Abbott and Costello.
Rear Window, but this is the kicker. Cookie has not seen Rear Window, so,
So I will
that's
have to watch it, and then I will
yeah,
change that score up a little.
yeah, exactly right.
Just watch
Or not.
Disturbia. Just watch
City, the
Disturbia.
director's cut, made number 4.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That deserves it. Yep.
one Cut of the Dead, but no Ryan or Cookie, so that's definitely skewed. We'll see.
That
Did
was
you
like-
throw Paul's grade out because he didn't finish it? By the way,
No, he gave it an F.
and it still ended up at number 3.
That's incredible.
Yeah, because it's A plus, F, A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I gave it an A. I liked it.
The Green Mile, number 2,
So,
and the number 1 movie, Trains and
Oh,
Automobiles.
Of course.
there it is.
Yeah, because nobody can dislike it for any reason.
That is
Well,
an incredible
the
movie.
funny thing about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, everyone gave it an A plus, which is why it's a 4.3 as opposed to like the.
So it will
Abbott and
never
Costello.
be beaten.
Nope.
I mean, it could
You
be
can get
tied.
tied. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And then
many people graded it? All 6?
No, I'm only the only ones that were not graded all 6 are just number 3 and number 5.
Brian, you got to see One Cut of the Dead. by
Yes,
the
you
way.
do. You
You
do.
really-
I will. I shall.
It's great.
No,
But,
I agree
yeah,
with the top 10. That's a good top 10.
I would agree
Yeah.
too. So no, I mean the only thing that sucks is Enduring Love should have cracked that top 10. Ken.
No. Not at all.
And
Big
but no.
thing to do during-
Hey, I used
37.
that book to start a bonfire tonight. So
So I would like to point out that movie could be beaten because we can now have how many people in a room? 9. We could
Yeah.
theoretically have 9 people give them something an A+.
Oh, I guess so. Oh.
I think
Actually-
Andy should have to watch Enduring Love.
I
He's
mean,
gonna love it. Make it
You
crack the
see,
top 10.
I doubt it.
0-0 for Indie Army now.
I will say though,
Amazing.
you guys notice something. I am number
Amazing.
one.
The only reason why
And
Mac
I'm
and
the
me got
last one.
0.3 is
And-
because
And
That's
quite
true.
honestly, I
hold
do
on, yeah.
protest something. I sent an F- for Enduring Love, so not a C-.
I know. But for Mac and me, the only reason why it's 0.3 is because we all gave it an F, except Cookie gave it an F+.
Hold on though.
Who are you?
So Ken came in as a C- on the sheet
For what?
though.
For what?
Enduring Love.
It shouldn't be.
Enduring Love.
I will fight
C-.
that until I die.
Hey, go watch the episode, bro. I went through every episode.
Check the tapes, bro.
Did I really give it a C-?
Roll back the
Yeah,
tape.
Ken.
We
no,
talked
that's
you into it.
Ken, your dementia. Remember Paul's comment on your dementia that week or whatever? Oh, that was funny. That made me laugh. Now,
I will change it if you find it and it says otherwise, but
I
I
wanna
went
make
through
sure-
every episode.
I want to make sure Cookie was heard though, because Cookie, restate that again, because that was pretty remarkable.
Which part?
Your comment about the rankings of your
So I am at the top, and I'm also at the very, very bottom.
So he did planes, trains, and automobiles, and in the army now.
You're
So
the
he's
best
got
and the
range.
worst.
He's
Yeah.
got range. Yeah.
But he
Okay.
has no consistency is the thing.
None.
There's
None
nothing
at
in
all.
between at all.
When's his last real stinker though?
I'll tell you. So let's see. Cookie, he did Running Scared. That was actually decent.
Not
That's fine.
bad.
Yeah. Big stinker would be
Probably in the army now.
3 Ninjas.
no. Let's see. You did Planes, Trains, Leon the Professional,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Speed Cubers. That was actually not bad.
That's fine.
Actually, dude, the last time you had a shitty one was Indie Army now, and that was June 20th of last year.
He
Look at
learned
that.
his lesson.
Have we
He
been
learned
mean to
that
Cookie
lesson.
for a year for no reason?
No reason.
That's so good.
But I will say I do have a strong chin, man. I'm taking it to the
To
chin.
be quite honest with you, the only other movies that came close to those type of grades was Ryan's choice of Gods of Egypt.
That was on
Okay.
purpose, though.
Yeah, and my choice of the Justice League Whedon cut which was also on purpose.
Well, Ryan, even though it's on purpose, you still do it to us, man.
No, I
It's
know.
still brutal.
we did, yeah, we did have another one, but it was chosen by the audience. It was that 2009's
Carol.
A Christmas Carol. Yep.
Oh yeah, God, that sucked.
That was
No,
Oh,
thanks.
Oh, that was awful.
That
But
was terrible.
all right, well, let's say our goodbyes. We're watching. What again are we watching next week?
Wally.
Wall-E, okay.
What version of that are we watching?
There's 2 versions.
The 4-hour Snyder cut.
Yeah, there was another version of it.
Wall-E.
There was the original came out in '95. It was called Judge Dredd. So watch that one.
All right.
But yeah, I am Jackson with Just Annoyed, and I will hand it over to these guys to say goodbye, starting with Mike.
Hey guys, I'm Mike from the Downright Annoyed podcast. You can find me next week where we'll be reviewing Wall-E. Is it Disney or Pixar? It's Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah, so we'll be reviewing that with the regular cast and crew. So make sure you guys check us out. Most likely around same time next week, Sunday at around 6 p.m.
Sweet, thank you, Mike and Ken.
Hey, I'm Ken from Pinky's Out Podcast, and I'm here to cause trouble for these guys. So check me out on Instagram and the podcasting stuff. So
Sweet, and Ryan.
Hey guys, Ryan, Fake Nerd Podcast. We recorded earlier this morning. We talked about the movie Cruella. You can check that out on our YouTube channel or probably tomorrow on the podcast audio feed. I'm DJ Tony Snark everywhere on the internet. Find me there. Pew pew pew. I am the love.
Cookie.
That's a wrap, guys. We'll see you next week.
And yeah,
Andy
Again.
McEnany, don't forget.
He
Again,
picked the second worst movie cumulatively.
Yep.
And I've got to
Hope he's
go.
happy.
I've got to go and cut the show short because I have to go try and figure out if I can pre-order the 4K David Lynch Dune movie yet,
It's gonna look so good.
which I'm gonna buy even though I hate it.
That spice is
No,
gonna
you're
flow
gonna
so.
buy it because it's awesome.
Also, sorry, tomorrow, me and Jackson will be doing a review on A Quiet Place Part 2. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch it because we're going to get into spoilers. So make sure you check
And by the way, spoiler, it's pretty good. I liked it.
I'm very happy to hear that because it's been delayed for like 9 years, and I'm glad that movie's out.
Yeah, it's good. So we will see you next week or tomorrow if you so choose. What channel are we on tomorrow? Mine, yours, both? What do you want to do?
I put it on both. So you can see it on
cool.
both.
All right, sweet.
It'll be on Ryan's channel.
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, it'll be over on the Fake Nerd podcast. Yeah.
Check us out.
Yeah. So everybody have a good day, and have a good day tomorrow, honoring our lost soldiers. And cook some burgers. Do your thing. So everybody have a good one.
Goodbye.
Poor Gore.
Thanks, Gore.